As a result of over $20 trillion being added to the XRP ledger by huge companies like as BlackRock, JP Morgan, and even Swift, the price of XRP will exit the market at more than $317.80 on December 1st. And the 1st of December is going to be the day that everything starts. However, they are not telling you that we are about to witness substantially larger numbers coming into the XRP ledger. This is something that happens very soon. For instance, the European Securities Authority, ESA, has just officially signed a bill that will replace their existing FedNot payment system with a payment system that is powered by XRP and is of the next generation. In addition, they are not informing you that President Trump has just stated that they would be reopening the government of the United States of America very fast, and that they will be releasing more than $2,000 to each and every inhabitant of the United States of America, which will most likely wind up being invested in the cryptocurrency area. The price of alternative cryptocurrencies, and more especially XRP, is going to skyrocket as a result of this, which is a very significant development. Therefore, when you talk about $317.80 on December 1st, that is a shocking amount of money. In point of fact, it is more likely that the price of XRP will move higher than that rate. For instance, take a look at this statement, which is the statement made by Ripple's very own founder, Arthur Brishew. In this statement, he states that it should be intended to be $10,000 and that it must be scalable to handle 7.5 billion people. This exact statement is what we are currently witnessing with the scaling of XRP within the federal payment systems of the United States of America, as well as the Federal Crypto Reserve, which is going to be filled with XRP specifically, which is the most popular cryptocurrency in the United States. But once more, they are not telling you, and they are not particularly informing you about this strategic reserve unlock that is about to cause the price of XRP to skyrocket to exactly what Arthur Bridger, the originator of XRP, truly stated. Take a look at this. A reserve mechanism and widespread institutional use are expected to propel XRP to a price range of $10,000 to $35,000. According to a forecast. This is exactly what Arthur Brishew, the creator of XRP and a co-founder of Ripple Labs, truly said. Therefore, it is taking place. People are about to become millionaires as a result of the price of XRP. And now is where things take a significant turn for the better, and this is where you need to make the most of the situation and get in as soon as you can. In addition, all of this is scheduled to take place in as little as 8 days, on November 17th, when a significant announcement and event is going to take place on the XRP ladder. In addition, this is going to release an astounding $650 trillion. RealFi has just announced that a significant event will be held on November 17th for the Real token, which is essentially constructed on the XRP ledger. This means that RealFi has the potential to literally unleash the $650 trillion real estate industry into the XRP ledger. In addition, this is a confirmed and official statement. We are discussing RealFi, the enormous organization that real estate has recently claimed to be using XRP, using the XRP ledger, and using the Real token, which is built onto the XRP ledger. This announcement was just made on November 17th, and it is a historic one. It will be made for the RealFi ecosystem, and it will be specifically highlighted that it will be extremely extraordinary for the Real token. Please take a look at XRP, since this is yet another reason why this is such a huge concern. The price of XRP went back down and was currently in a consolidation phase. However, if you look at it on a weekly basis, folks, the XRP charts are experiencing a surge in popularity. Why is it seeing such a boom? Consequently, as a result of this particular news, it is scheduled to be released on November 17th, and it is going to be a momentous occasion. Real Token is a project that is there in front of your eyes that is literally going to be making billionaires. I mean, billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, will enter the XRP, and it will all happen through the Real Token. The Real Token is a product that is being utilized by RealFi, which is a big institution that is comprised of properties that are worth many millions of dollars. Take a look at the charts, individuals. Over the course of the past 2 months, this thing has increased by more than 100,000%. This is a very preliminary project. About 2 or 3 months is the age that I believe it to be. Therefore, it is fairly recent. The price has continued to skyrocket, going from 1/100 of a penny to more than 3 cents, and it is still going up. I have a lot of support for this issue, and it has very little resistance. To add insult to injury, there is going to be a big supply shock since trillions of dollars are going to be into the actual token. Keep in mind that the genuine token has a very limited quantity of only phase 1 with a total supply of 22 million. This is absurd considering that all of the major projects have a supply of approximately 100 billion. And this is precisely the reason why a great number of analysts and professionals are basically predicting that the price of real token is going to reach $65,000. To all of you, these are not my words, but they are true. With this in mind, I am currently packing my bag. I mean, I have a pretty optimistic outlook on this project because if you take a look at it, if real token catches only 1% of the real estate market, which is playing to unlock, then RealFi is playing to actually unlock the real estate market that is worth $600. On the other hand, if genuine token only takes 1% of that, then we are talking about moving from 3 cents to $65,000. We are looking at the actual numbers that are being presented here, and this is the place where you are definitely witnessing a lot of things. Now begin buying a bag of real token because even looking at it from big picture, if real token gets listed on any centralized, because right now it's not listed on a single centralized exchange, there's no mass marketing campaign, and it's literally went up, hundreds of thousands of percentages, but if it gets listed on even a single centralized exchange, then we are going to see its price, so potentially to thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. You got to understand that every single right now, basically, that real world asset price that is listed on centralized exchanges, almost every single one of them is worth hundreds of billions of market cap, and real tokens not even close to that. Would you be able to comprehend what this means? That you are not people who are on Bitcoin when Bitcoin was sitting at $1 and Bitcoin scale back at 120,000, or how people bought Solana at literally pennies, and now Solana is worth, $700–800. This shows that you are not people who are on Bitcoin. The scale that we are looking at is this one, but it is reported that real tokens are even higher than this one. The price of genuine token is currently quite low. However, nobody is aware of it. Nobody is aware of how to acquire it. The fact that it is on the XRP ledger makes it a difficult matter. To put it another way, this is the chance to get in while something is still at a very low price, so that you can make a profit as it goes up. One more time, golden opportunities such as these are what give rise to new generations in the present day. Is it possible that in 2 years, token will be ranked among the top 10 tokens, and you will be thinking to yourself, I wish I had gotten into it. It was while I was sitting at 3 cents that I noticed it. I really wish I had been able to participate since that was worth $10,000. It is not impossible. It should be noted that I am not a financial advisor. There is no financial advisor involved. It is imperative that you always conduct research. On the other hand, you need to make sure that you are looking at things from a broad perspective and standpoint. You are witnessing a significant number of these analysts coming out and conducting the study, and also they are making the most of the situation and getting involved. In the event that this thing undergoes a significant change, the train will have already passed the station. It will be too late, and you will have to get a real token if you want to join in at a couple $100, but you have the option to literally get in at 3 cents, and it will make you wealthy for generations to come. At this very moment, $10,000 in actual tokens, just try to picture that. I get it. It seems absolutely insane. However, if you were to invest $10,000 in real tokens right now, you could literally buy yourself a great bag. Not only that, but it will also cause the price of real tokens to increase because the volume is still very low in comparison to what its actual perspective will be. In addition, there are not a lot of individuals who are interested in it because, once again, it is not listed on centralized exchanges. This is due to the fact that it is still in its early stages. If this announcement that you guys are seeing here in front of you is anything significant, whether it's a massive unlock of trade dollars that are now going to enter through genuine token, or if it's a centralized exchange listing or any sort of expansion, then the price is going to soar. In addition, this is the reason why the price of genuine tokens is already increasing right now, even before the date of November 17th, mainly due to the fact that if the 17th of November is the date of a significant and true major revelation, then the price is going to skyrocket, and we are going to go from 3 cents to possibly $700. It's completely insane. What a crazy idea. From this point of view, however, it is possible to become a millionaire right here. I also acquired a great purse for myself because of this reason. When I read these analysts talking about actual taking, I can plainly see that they have clearly gotten themselves a bag. I know this because I can see it clearly. Now that I've decided to put some money in, I'm going to move forward and see what happens. Again, $10,000 has the potential to literally become worth between $10 and $20 million. That is the possibility that we are witnessing right now. And once again, it causes the price to move right in front of your eyes. As a result, the price will literally move up and it will increase once that occurs. Imagine for a moment that a residential real estate agent is able to achieve a daily transaction volume of $100,000 with a phase 1 supply of 22 million. That is absolutely absurd, since the pricing is not going to be able to handle the situation, as there is going to be such a high demand that there is not going to be enough supply to go around. Obviously, we are going to have a supply shock, which means that the price of real token is going to have to skyrocket. In essence, it is a requirement, since, once again, there is a great deal of demand, but there is not enough supply, which causes the price to skyrocket automatically. When you see organizations such as RealFi, there is a lot of conjecture that RealFi is actually associated with Ripple, because both of them are attempting to access the same market. Case in point, RealFi. You may be aware that there are a lot of conversations going on about the prospect of Ripple and RealFi really forming a partnership together. At this point, speculation has them, but there are a lot of rumors that are similar to that. RealFi, a big institution that now physically enables you to buy real estate, is now enabling you to buy real estate using the XRP ledger through Real Token. If you take a look at this, you will see that RealFi is now introducing this feature. For example, you can use Real Token on the XRP ledger to purchase houses that are worth millions of dollars or even $25 million. This constitutes an extraordinarily bullish situation. Additionally, if you go to payrealfi.com and scroll all the way down, you will find that they talk about Real Token. This is the reason why, once more, you have the ability to acquire additional information. You may make a purchase right now, and you have the freedom to do whatever you like. Again, this is a non-financialized organization that is constantly conducting research, but this is quite bullish. On the Real Chain, you can also acquire further information regarding the Real coin itself. Realchain.com is being recommended as the best blockchain that has been designed specifically for real estate and prizes, which, once again, is a major, tremendous, huge deal. Always keep this in mind. The time to act is now or never. Guys, situations like these don't come.